Good evening, ladies and
That
gentlemen.
was
Welcome to
silent.
SF1 GP1 here at the German Grand Prix, round 18 of the Drivers' Championship. We are settled in. These guys actually, for once, do not have a wet race, so this evening is going to be a full dry race, allowing for these drivers to battle on track. It's been quite a month. I think it was over a month these guys have had wet races the entire time, but nevertheless, I am joined by Mr. Neon Trickshot himself, Lewis. How are you doing this evening?
Great. I get to watch the best drivers in SF1 have a dry race for once.
It was you guys in GP2 finally had a full wet race on Friday. A completely full wet race, which was
Also, I
everything.
think you guys watching should check out that race because
Yes.
I had a fantastic race. It was
So
beautiful on my end.
we have a pack of cars out on track right now. I'm trying to figure out who's in front. It looks like Enzo is actually out ahead of everybody. He's going to be the first one to set the banker lap this evening of Q3. Let's see what time he can get himself stuck into. Don't know why I have the tire compound up. I'm actually just going to get rid of that because we all know everybody's going to be on soft. If they're not on the soft, it's probably the tire they want to, pit and put on. But Lewis starts his banker lap for this evening. Takes that turn one relatively clean. Let's see what time he can get. I saw a couple low 11s in Q1, as well as Whiffy, I believe, in Q2 put in the fastest time on a set of soft compounds. So changing up his race strategy compared to a lot of the other drivers in Q2, which were on mediums and hards. Most of them, I think, went mediums. We had 2 to 3 runners that went on soft, but I think one of them did not make it to Q3. But nevertheless, Enzo currently leading the championship. He is also third dinner has retired. Did he crash? He
He
crashed.
crashed at turn one.
Unfortunate for third dinner. He's gonna start this race P10. I think he might get a choice of tire. No, he won't. He'll have to start on whatever he finished Q2 on. But that is unfortunate. Third dinner, our first casualty of Q3. Enzo, however, is going to cross the last couple chicanes and navigate down through the start-finish line, set up his banker lap. It's been relatively slow at a 15.2, so I think he's going to redo that. Going through, he does set the purple lap, but I think that'll quickly be extinguished as Whiffy goes 12 flat. Dolshank goes 11.5. Apples goes 11.4. Let's see who else might be next to cross the line. Terminator goes 10.9, putting his foot down. Who's going to cross the line? Harrison goes to 22.6. Looks like I'm being mentioned. 1 second. There's somebody that's in here that's not supposed to be in here. Somebody can't get in. Goat can't get in for his car.
And that is because I have seen that someone is already in Goat's car. I think it's Rashi. I have seen Rashi in a McLaren.
But that's the only McLaren I've seen so far. Okay.
Umpy goes P2 and they are two flying lap old
Soft
softs.
compound. Right there with this
The
fellow
invalidated
South African of Terminator. I will say that the combined championship is spicing up between yourself and the Red Bull team and the Ferrari team.
Oh yeah, we.
So this could
Our
be
next
a nice
aim
little
is
Titanic battle
to.
between you guys.
Our next aim is the Mercedes. We've passed Ferrari now.
I don't know,
Got to forget
Mercedes is
about them and
getting
move forward.
relatively close to the Alpha team, and it's making me a bit uneasy, as I was mentioning in Friday's stream. But Attic does well for the Alpha, gets himself up ahead of that Mercedes team. Harrison right there in P4. See, Enzo is on another out lap. Who just improved? Was it Pepsi who just? Yeah, it was Pepsi. Pepsi puts in at 11.5 to get himself P6 currently. Ruzia has left the session. I think that's to allow Grotto to get into his car. So it was here, he was at a work function, so he could not make qualifying, but he's definitely in for the race. A little bit of qualifying left. These guys probably have just enough time for one more run, or as you say, one more go at it. Cross this down. Sure, this is looking.
I'll just say one more go at try not to crash.
Kind of like yourself in qualifying on Friday, as you were mentioning beforehand.
That curb is deadly. If any GP1 drivers are watching, don't touch the curb at the last corner on the exit. You will end up in the wall. Not a very fun experience.
So Pepsi, is he on a flyer? No, he's going to pull it into the pits. He was on an out lap currently. It's Enzo on a flyer. He is on a flyer, so we're going to jump with Enzo. See how he gets on. See if he can get himself on the top step, beating out Terminator's time of 110.9. I bet SF1 Tom is pretty happy with Terminator being there right now. Let's see if Enzo can knock him off that. All right. Down through that. Enzo goes 11.2. I think he does have a little bit more time in that Haas. He can probably squeeze out. Who else is on a flyer? Apples is on a flyer. Dolshank seems to be on a flyer. Attic just started a flyer. 4 minutes and 8 seconds remain of Q3 right before we load into the race, where I will give you, ladies and gentlemen, a nice rundown. Terminator sets a 10.9. Improves on his time to keep a hold of that P1. Looks like Renault is going to take a little bit of a tow. Pull on back to, that was Apple. Apple went to 11 flat. I think he's improved to P3. Attic on a flyer now. Dolshank on a flyer. Let's see if he can improve from P8, go further up the grid. Across the line goes P7. Gets himself ahead of Pepsi and Whiffy. Who else might be on a flyer right now? Looks like Attic hasn't invalidated his lap, so Apples is running no ERS, tells me he's done this lap. Looks like Umpy is on a lap, so we're going to ride aboard with him. It is so close between Umpy and Terminator if you take a look at their times.
Oh wow. I didn't even notice, to be fair.
And you see Terminator right behind him as well.
Zoned out.
I think Terminator is collecting a tow from Umpy. Terminator is also pushing. This might help. No, Umpy's going to abandon and say, no, not today. Oh, there's a big collision going into the pit entrance between Terminator and Umpy. That was interesting, to say the least. We'll jump back with Attic. He is pushing for this lap. Big Dolshank, is he pushing? Yeah, he is. He's going to pull it into the pits. So we're going to ride back with Attic, see if he can improve from P4, go further up. 2 minutes and 17 seconds remain in Q3. So a couple of these guys will have enough time just to slap on a new set of softs if they have them. Pick the fuel strategy, head out there and go for another run. As Attic gets a little tail happy through that corner, sets a purpose sector 2 though. He is on a pusher right now. Navigating the curves quite nicely on his way out. Don't want to go too wide there. You'll invalidate your lap. Crosses the line and stays P4. Did he invalidate his lap? No, he's going to push for this one. He's low in fuel though. I think he's going to back out of it. That might have him stay at P4 unless anybody from P5 down improve on their final run, because Enzo's on a flyer or on the outlap. Harrison is on a flyer. Dulshank is going to sit in the pits. That might be his qualifying over with. Pepsi is on an outlap and Whiffy is on an outlap. Actually, Whiffy is on a flyer. So we're going to ride with him to see if he can improve, get himself further up the grid than P9. Goes a bit wide the last chicane. It's going to cross the line and stay P9. So Dulshank retires from the session. Be interesting to see. So all the top three, top three guys right now are on an outlap. Who is going to improve? Enzo has invalidated his last lap, so that's his qualifying over with. Harrison has just gone purple in P2, or not P2, Sector 2, so let's see how he navigates Sector 3. Can he improve and get himself further up the grid for this German Grand Prix? He's running out of races to catch Enzo, so he's going to have to push. Enzo might be able to collect. Goes P3, knocks down Apples and Attic. However, Apples, Umpy, and Terminator are on their last final flying lap this evening.
Looks like Umpy and Terminator have switched track positions, so now the Red Bull's getting the tail off the Ferrari. So Minimax is quite far back. But...
yeah, I was to say Umpy's quite far back, so the toe might not be as strong as what Terminator had on Umpy. I'm interested to see where Apples finishes though. Where is Apples currently? He is ahead of the Ferrari and the Red Bull driver. So we're going to ride with this driver. He has decided to sign up for the remainder of the season as a reserve driver. So it's nice to have him back. He actually raced here back in the 2017 game era. So it was a while ago, so it's good to see him back. Navigates the chicane, just a little bit of a twitch. Easy on throttle, collects the curve quite nicely, crosses the line, goes and stays P4. So here's the question. Terminator is going to cross the line. Is he going to improve? He doesn't. Umpy does not improve either. It stays P2. Can Harrison? No, Harrison's not running an ERS. I think that's qualifying over with. So there you go, Tom. Your fellow Ferrari driver, Terminator, collects pole position at the German Grand Prix, followed by the other South African of Umpy Lumpy, Harrison. Contender right now between himself and Enzo for the championship. Qualifies higher than his rival in P3. Apple's a reserve driver, P4, Attic P5, Enzo P6, and Dulshank P7, Pepsi P8, Whiffy P9, and sadly we lost our dinner in an early crash. He is going to start this race. Congratulations, Terminator. Yeah, everything you needed. That pole position, the 10.8, followed by his fellow South African P2 with a 10.9. Harrison the closest at 11 flat, Apple's 11 flat, Attic was 11.1, Enzo 11.2, Dulshank 11.4, Pepsi 11.5, and Whiffy 11.8. I'm saying, yeah, it's Terminator improved. I actually love Ferrari on pole. So we're going to load up for the race. And once these guys do, we'll give you a nice rundown of the championship standings between these drivers, and then I'll give you a look at the combined championship race, and we'll be into it. All right, so while these guys load, 5-minute complimentary break. Lewis, let's look at the points, shall we? In first right now, as I mentioned, Enzo is leading this championship with 389 points, followed by his rival Harrison in second with 301 points. Daigero, who didn't make it this evening, is in 298 points in P3. Attic follows through.
Daigero is in the lobby.
He did join. He's actually going to race in the Red Bull this evening for you guys. So you'd probably be pretty happy about that. But Addict's in P4, Dinner P5. Dinner's having a really solid year. Anton P6, Brodogo is in P7, Clement P8, Pepsi's in P9, Cookie, who didn't make it this evening either, is in P10, Stig P11, Your Robbie having a good solid season so far, P12. Let me run through. Yo Robbie 13th is Livid Opossum, Umpy in P14. Serum Umpy had a little bit of a late start to the season, so they're slowly but surely catching up to the pack. Whiffy is P16, Dolshank P17. Andrew, who's not here this evening, is in P18. And let's see, so I was wrong actually on Friday. Again, no surprise there. But the French Grand Prix is next week, not the Belgian Grand Prix. I'll give you guys a nice rundown of the combined. Harrison, or not Harrison, apologies for that. Haas is in first, comfortable first. Well, third, or 1,328 points separates them from McLaren. And McLaren is in P2, 965 points. Running down the order, we have Racing Point in third, Alfa Romeo fourth, Mercedes is in fifth, Red Bull is in sixth, Ferrari seventh, Williams in eighth, Reliant in ninth, and Toro Rosso round out the top 10. So, like I said, after this race, 3 races remain, so a lot of these guys are going to look to go. Looks like Brita Goat readied up relatively early. Rashi's ready up. Enzo, Terminator, a couple of these guys are ready to go. Ready to get the show on the road, it seems. So we're going to jump right into it. Formation left as we go now. Everybody moving. Everybody is on the way through. Raph is actually jumped into Mercedes to help the Mercedes duo out. It doesn't look like Stig has left yet. That is going to be unfortunate. Is he moving now? He has moved. Okay, so he's decided to go. What are the compounds that these guys are racing on? Okay. Everybody's away though.
Umpy's racing Terminator on the formation lap, just overtaking down the back straight.
We've seen this quite a bit before. These two actually like to have a little bit of a competitive banter between each other. So a couple guys, everybody but Whiffy on the top 10 are on the medium compounds as Whiffy has chosen to go for the alternate strategy. A different strategy on the soft compound. Next driver on the hard compound is Livid in 11th, followed by Mark 15th. Also Stig is in 16th on the hards. And Daguerreo's gone for a hard compound. So, about to get this show on the road. I cannot wait. I'm hoping for this race to be a solid one. Look at that fancy name of Neon Tricks right in that commentary booth. Little icon there.
You gotta love it.
A couple people put themselves on the naughty step. I see a Toro, Haas. Was that Enzo who got unstuck? Yeah, it was. Enzo and Dolshank. So those guys are going to start on very cold, medium compound tires. Waiting for the last couple guys to pull the corner. Goat's way off the back. He's taking his sweet time. All right, so we're going to jump through. Wait for those 5 red lights, ladies and gentlemen, to drop, and we will be away for the German Grand Prix. Goat lines up that McLaren at the back. Here we go. Waiting for those 5 red lights. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights are lit, and we are go for the German Grand Prix. That was actually really good. Glad everybody was away. A couple guys on the corner. Look at this Mercedes. Make sure everybody gets through quickly. Bit of touching, but it looks like everybody makes it through turn 1 cleanly. That's exactly what you wanted to see. There are a couple guys barging in the corner, or second corner. Everybody keeps it clean, offers some space. Bit of touch and go there. Looks like Daguerre touched tires with somebody. That might be Goat there fighting with him. Oh, boy. Oh, this is
It's
not
going to be a
looking.
very hectic
Yeah, this is.
hairpin.
Oh, there's an end plate of the Red Bull, I think, or the Mercedes. Not sure. I think it might have been
No, that was
Harrison.
at Harrison.
Harrison battling Umpy. Gets through. Oh, there's a huge pack of cars back here. Are they all going to navigate cleanly? Ooh, that was close. There goes a Ferrari. Ferrari's out of this race. That should be possibly a safety car, I think. That was your Robbie, if I'm thinking correctly. No, he's not out of the race. He saved it, so he's decided to have a front wing. Fortunate for Robbie. Hopefully the stewards can take a look at that afterwards, clip it. We're going to cross the line here soon, bring up the Delta. Looks like Exterminator's kept control. Harrison's going to dive for the pits. We do have Dolshank all over the back of Attic here. Apple Pie is right there in P5, Pepsi P6. I see Harrison has dove for the pits. Goat has dove for the pits as well. Enzo fighting the car, fighting Pepsi in front. Third Dinner is looking to pounce on Enzo. He's going to have a run on him here. Let's get that Delta up for you guys. Can Third Dinner have a look here? Looks like Pepsi's thinking about having a go at Apples. Backs out of it. The gap already now between Exterminator and Umpy. Almost a second. Can Umpy have something in the tank to get a run with Exterminator this evening? Attic is pretty close to Umpy. Is Umpy missing an end plate at all? Oh, Dinner goes a bit wide.
I know Shotman's fine.
Dolshank starting to lose a bit of time to Attic. Umpy or Apples is starting to catch the back. I mean, look at these guys from pretty much. Dolshank just pulled the gap down. Whoa! Dolshank got a bit tailhead at that last final chicane. So I know Germany's a huge player on time penalties. I think that might come into play at the end of this race. DRS is now open for these drivers to use. Looks like Dinner's going to have it, Enzo's going to have it, Pepsi's going to have it, Apples is going to have it, Dolshank does not have it, so he's going to be kind of a sitting duck here. Is Apples going to think about it? Oh, he goes to the outside. Ooh, it's going to offer Pepsi to have a line. Pepsi's going to back out of it. That was mega close. Look at Soap. Soap, not to mention Soap is a GP2 driver. He's reserving this evening for Daguerre, who's going to be late, but Daguerre got in. He's going to score points for that Red Bull team. Another team that Carlos manages. Lewis will know all well about that.
Unfortunately, I've got to put up with staff for next season.
Yeah, it'll be good. Exterminator sets the fastest lap. Fourth lap of this race so far. 30 laps remain. Lumpy goes really wide and gets himself a 3-second time penalty. I think that's the first one I've seen of this evening. As Attic is kind of hanging with these guys. Whiffy gets a 3-second time penalty, so the second one is coming in. Lap 4, already these time penalties are coming in, guys. Attic does have DRS, though, on Umpy. It's really close to the gearbox. Umpy is starting to pull Exterminator in, too. Goat sets the fastest lap.
They're going down the inside of Soap at the hairpin on the medium tire, on the hard tires.
Stig and Soap fighting pretty closely. Is Stig's tire starting to turn on more than the medium compound? He is on those hard compounds, so he'll be able to go for a longer stint. Looks like the tires have started to come to life a bit, though. Oh, it takes a bit of the grass in his troubles. It's going to allow Soap to have a run here if Soap keeps on the back. Daguerre has Rashi all over the back of him as well. Look at the pack ahead of Daguerre. You have Soap, Stig, you have Dark Mark, and Whiffy. This is going to get close. Third Dinner is left. Can you send Third Dinner an invite? Oh, Daguerre got a little twitchy there. it's getting close. Can Dark Mark have a run with you? Dark Mark does take. No, it's Sam. Look at Stig. He's gonna make a move on. Dark Mark. I'm getting my words tongue tied here. Stig's gonna go for the outside move on Dark Mark. Dark Mark's gonna hold the inside. Maybe give Stig just a bit of a squeeze. Doesn't look like it's gonna pay off. Stig and Dark Mark are gonna go side by side. Looks like Dark Mark's gonna have the inside line here. Stig hangs it close. Oh no, he's got a 3-second time penalty for that. I don't know if that has to be looked at or not, but that was kind of a silly time penalty. Oh!
Soap's creating a whole new track for
Daigero.
himself.
The two Haas drivers battling that. However, Daigero is scoring points this evening for the Red Bull team, so I wonder if Soap knows that, if he let him through. Rashi now, right up behind Soap. Still looking at the deltas here. This is definitely the closest on track right now, as Rashi's looking to get around Soap. DRS is open actually now. Can he think about making a move on Soap? Soap's riding behind Daigero. Stig on Dark Mark again. Will he have another look? Oh, with these ahead of these guys on soft, I think those soft compounds are starting to go off relatively quickly. Stig and Dark Mark. That was close. Dark Mark about to have a go at the inside. It's going to allow Stig to have a move here, as Dark Mark did get around Whiffy, didn't get through. Stig. Oh no, Dinner. I think with Erzia jumping in, Dinner won't be able to get a hold of his car. Carlos, if you're watching, I think you need to tell Erzia he has to back out. Look at the pack between these guys. Whiffy and Dark Mark going for it. No, Whiffy's going to die for the pit, so that's going to allow these guys to jump up through. I'm not sure what's going on with Whiffy there, typing the inside wall.
This is a great battle.
I'm telling you, there's 5 cars just going after it. With Rashi right in the back. You have Daigero, you have Soap, you have Stig, you have Dark Mark. Now, Dark Mark is going to be the guinea pig with all these guys with DRS. Stig's going to go on the outside. Is Daigero going to make for a look? Riding on board Daigero. He's going to go for the inside. Stig goes a bit wide. Looks like Stig will have a bit of a track.
Daigero's going to have them both there.
Side by side, they're going to go into turn. That is racing. Is Stig going to hold his line? He's going to hold his line as best as he can.
Daigero locks up.
Oh, they're going to go 3 wide here. Daigero gets him way through. But Stig's going to have a run on.
Move.
Oh, sector 2-3 yellow. Not sure who that's for.
That is for a Haas.
Is it Soap? Soap spun around. Has he spun again? He didn't have a very good weekend on Friday. That's going to allow Raph to go through. Is he going to hold back? Raph seemed to hold back. He also has
on-plate damage. I don't know where he's got that.
Enzo gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Apple's got himself ahead of Dolshank. I'm going to hang on to this battle just for a little bit longer, as these guys are really going after it. All the 2 teammates in the Williams on GP2, Rashi and Dark Mark, are going after each other. Apples loses out to Pepsi. Is Rashi going to have a look at Dark Mark, his teammate? Side by side. Dark Mark might have given him a bit of a squeeze. Looks like Mark's going to have an inside cut here. Stig gets himself ahead of Daigero this time around. Side by side, they're going to go through this turn. Mark gets a 3-second time penalty. Easy does it. A little bit of a touch right there. I had a feeling that was coming. Possum is trying to get around now. There's a lot of Possum. He does get around Dark Mark. Oh boy, these guys are really going after it. However, the lead of this race so far, Terminator and Umpy, now separated by 7/10. So I think Umpy is really just sticking into that toe, keeping it medium ERS, as Terminator has just about the same on the battery life of his car. Addict right there. Pepsi and Dolshank really diving for it. How is Apples through this? Just a bit back. Dolshank gonna think about going at Pepsi. Side by side, they're gonna go into the hairpin here. Easy does it. Side by. Yeah, this is exactly why I love this track. I said this on Friday. It offers so much room to race. Look at this. Dolshank's gonna think about it. He's gonna send it on the inside. No touch happened there. That was great racing. Dolshank backed out of it. Soap gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Now I have that beautiful aerial camera view. Up on our way through. Dolshank right on the gearbox of Pepsi. Can he maintain his gap there and have DRS? He will have DRS here. Dolshank, or at Pepsi, pulls to the inside, going around turn 1. Gets a better run than Pepsi did here. Is he going to go for the inside? Oh, that's a bit of a squeeze from Pepsi's side of it. Side by side they go. Can Dolshank get it? Daguerre gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Dolshank is going to have DRS. Apples is right there as well. Oh, there's a bit of a squeeze from Pepsi's point of view. Side by side they're going to go into the turn. Dolshank's going to hang to the inside. Looks like Pepsi's going to have the back side. Apples is right there. Dolshank's through. He should have that turn easily. Apples is right there as well. Is he going to have a look at Pepsi? He is. He's going to hold the car there. No. Bit of a touch.
Ooh, that was like a bit of a brake check there from Dolshank.
Bit of some... Oh, no, look. Apples is getting brave. He's going to go for the inside look. He gets his way through on Pepsi. Now he's right behind Dolshank.
Backed out.
Enzo has now caught the back of Pepsi. So these guys all battling each other is kind of leaving, the top 3 guys are leaving these guys behind. Rashi just jumped in and did not select a car Phantom, so he is, it selected a car for him, so it looks like he's going to score for the McLaren team. Apples gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, there's a big move at the back. Looks like Enzo dove for the pits. Where is... Harrison's gone his way through Sector 2, 3 yellow. Looks like it was a Haas who went off. Soap has, I think, spun again. Look at Apples thinking about going around Dolshank. Will he make it stick? No, he does not. So Whiffy gets another 3-second time penalty. Addict's trying to pull that gap between himself and Umpy down. He is closing in underneath a second. Can he get his delta down? As Umpy is still only half a second behind. Addict is now half a second, or actually a second behind these guys. Phantom in the chats cheering on Raph and Rashi. Oh no, and Whiffy. Addict gets himself a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help. The Dolshank there in P4. All that battling these guys have been doing has been allowing these guys in the top 3 just kind of, peel away. Inner now. Back in his car. Good to see him get back in. He's going to battle for Stig just ahead, as he does have Daiguerre right behind him. Daiguerre, big, massive lockup on that front right tire. Harrison gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Time penalties are rolling in, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting quite hairy. Daiguerre locks up again. Step through. Apples is still working on Dolshank, but however, Pepsi's right there. Will these guys battling, will that or help Stig catch up to these guys? It was right there. I think that is Soap. Soap is a lap down, riding in between this pack of Stig and Pepsi. Umpy gets a 3-second time penalty. That is big. I don't think Terminator has one yet. glitch on Umpy Lumpy. He's gonna go for the inside look on Terminator. He's gonna hang it. He is. He's gonna make for a move. Terminator's gonna let him through, I think. That's gonna allow Attic to peel up just a bit more time on these guys battling. It might be Terminator's tires starting to go off. It is lap 13 of 34. Umpy locks up pretty hard. Terminator has to check and go a bit wide. Oh no, what has happened here? We got a bit of lag glitch from Dolshank. Pepsi gets his way through. Apple's now in P6. Stig is starting to catch these guys. Ooh, dinner. I think got a little nervous with Stig's line. Who else is relatively close? I mean, all these guys are relatively close. We'll ride with dinner while he races against Stig. He's going to think about it on the inside here. That's a bit argy-bargy. Looks like dinner backs off and allows Stig to have that position back. That is respectable racing. Soap gets the fastest lap, 14.3. Dinner's going to die for the pits. Apples is still behind Pepsi and Dolshank. As my co-coms, Lewis is kind of quiet.
I'm learning
Learning
on how to race.
Oh, he's taking a little bit of pointers here. Ooh, Pepsi's getting
people on Facebook, but
Pepsi's getting a little argy-bargy with Dolshank as Apples is riding right behind him. These guys' pit window is open. Looks like a couple of guys have dove for those hard compounds, such as Dinner and Enzo. Enzo went a bit early. Top guys are in. Attic's gonna stay out with DRS and have one more push. I wonder if Stig, no, because these guys are on a different tire strategy. So Umpy gets ahead of Exterminator in the pits. Where Pepsi's gonna cross the line before these guys. He's gonna get ahead of them. Where is Dolshank and all this? He's dove for the pits. Apples is dove for the pits.
Umpy has jumped Exterminator in the pits.
I think he has.
Did Umpy overtake Exterminator before?
I think he did, like right before they pitted.
On that battle.
However, Harrison making a good recovery drive. He's right behind Dark Mark. Can he have him in this? He has DRS. He's going to make for a look. I don't think Dark Mark's going to offer too much of a fight here. No, I think Mark's going to let him kind of go through. Harrison has a lot to race for this evening. He sees his championship rival in P13. Harrison can make a decent amount of points up this evening. So Umpy now right behind Pepsi. Pepsi's kind of doing Attic a favor. Attic pulls into the pits. Pepsi, as Attic has yet to put his tires on. Pepsi's going to pull into the pits. So that's going to allow Umpy and Exterminator on their way through. Attic's on his way. He's on his way out of the pits now. There goes Umpy and Exterminator right there for the lead of this race. Attic is caught right up to these guys, right behind him now. Stig has gotten himself up to P4, doing really well. Daigero is in P5. However, Livid has gotten himself further up the grid too. He's up to P6. P4, P5, and P6 yet to pit this evening, as well as P8. Looks like, oh, Umpy's gone
down the inside of Umpy.
He's got him. These guys, I think all bets are off. These guys are going to race for the rest of the race. Clouds are setting in a bit, so the track might be cooling just a bit. It might make these hard compound tires a little bit longer to heat up. I think Attic might have to take a little bit of time to get these tires up to temperature. Trying not to stay with those guys. Stig really has Daigero all over his gearbox. Ooh, bit of a lockup from Daigero, Pepsi. Oh no, that's Livid actually right behind Daigero. Haven't talked much about him, but Rashi is right there. Soap gets a 3-second time penalty. Daguerre's going to dive into the pits. Wondering how long Stig is going to do a stint on these hard compounds for. Attic has caught the back of Umpy Lumpy. Umpy Lumpy is almost 9/10 down on Exterminator. Sector 1 yellow. Who's that for? Can't quite see. Oh, that is Tor. Whiffy gets a 3-second time penalty. Is that... Was that Dulshank? That was Dulshank, I think. Something might have happened to him. Here goes their dinner on Dark Mark. Is he going to look to get Apples? He does go for the inside. Mark and Apples. Two teammates right now in the Renault for this evening for Dark Mark's brother, Ryan, SF1 Goomba. Both doing pretty well. P10 and P11, respectively. FC still right there in P8. Livid now on
the Dark Mark has end plate damage.
Exterminator, 3-second time penalty.
That must have been the yellow flag.
So I'll give you guys an update in the viewers. All top 3 guys, Terminator, Umpy, and Attic, now have a 3-second time penalty, so it is a level playing field. I don't know about Stig. I don't know if he has one or not. He is currently 10 seconds down and yet to pit. Livid is really pushing on his gearbox, though. Look at Dulshank and Apples. Apples dug for the pit. Go back here with Livid working on Stig. Applies the brakes, nice and easy. Bit of a twitch from the back end. Whoa, big twitch there. I think those hard compounds are starting to go off just a bit. Attic now. Who is behind Attic? I cannot tell. I think that's Soap's car. Yo, Robbie picks up a 3-second time penalty. And for some reason I can't understand, but Adam's car has a pit indication asking him to pit again. Not sure what that might be for. Unless it's asking him to go to set up soft compounds to the end. However, Attic does have DRS on Umpy. He's going to go for the inside look. Umpy's going to dive back behind him. Attic up to P2. Is Umpy going to have a look here? No, he's just going to hang it behind Attic and let him go through. I think Umpy might be saving a bit of his tires. That was a good move from Attic. Let's see, Rashi gets ahead of Possum here. Oh, Livid gets a 3-second time penalty. A bit of a touch here between Whiff and Daguerre battling it out side by side. Here we go, side by side down the long straight. Daguerre does have DRS on Whiffy. Whiffy's going to hold it. Is Daguerre going to pull back to the racing line? He does. That's a bit dangerous, but Daguerre's going to have an inside look and make it switch back. What a move. I think Daguerre read that the entire way through. He did win the Monaco Grand Prix last weekend as well. I'll give him that big shout out. Rashi goes really wide off track following Livid. Big battle between these guys, between Livid. So Harrison dives for the pits. He's had enough of the hard compound. I think he's going to go to medium to the end. Where should this put him out? Because there goes Dinner. Dinner's done really well to get himself back up into this race. He's now P7. These guys haven't had a safety car yet, Lewis.
Yeah. I don't know how you expect me to respond to that.
Yeah. Just say anything.
Yeah.
The banter booth has gone quiet.
P1, please.
Here is Harrison.
That's all you get from me.
Oh, Harrison's gonna make for a look on the McLaren. Look at it. I think the McLaren started to ghost just a bit. Sector 2 yellow, not sure what that was for. Umpy now working on the back of Attic. DRS is open. Umpy is low on fuel. He does have a fuel indication on his delta in the bottom right. Does Attic have one? No, he doesn't. It's asking him to pit again this lap. Like this lap, he has to pit. Same as Terminator and Umpy. Is this a two-stop race? I don't think it is. I believe the softs or the medium.
Two-stop is faster.
Oh, okay. So I mean, these guys.
Whether these guys want to risk it.
They are 19.1 seconds up on Enzo, and Enzo is probably going to have to pit again. So they have plenty of time. Apple sits the fastest lap. As Daigero is working on Stig now. Stig did dive for the pits. Daigero, will he get his way through? It looks like he does. They are both on pretty much an even set of brand new mediums. However, Harrison is now not too far behind Stig. Solid recovery drives from a couple of these guys like Harrison. I mean, Enzo up there in P4. But I think he's going to have to pit again. 10-lap old hards. Oh, Umpy has yet to get ahead of Attic, though. And Terminator is now 1.3 seconds ahead of these guys. Let me jump down through, get these gaps. There is a big racing gap between Harrison. Stig is still battling Daigero. Ooh, Stig took that corner really harshly. I think that's a warning, if anything. The sun looks like it's completely gone. So this track is going to be cooler rather than warmer. Looks like Whippy is dove for the pits. He's going to go to another set of mediums until the end. As Ulster Stig picked up the pace. Oh, who is that ahead? That is Livid and Dolshank. So these guys are catching these two. Ulster Stig gets a 3-second time penalty. I think that might be his first one of this evening.
The Possum is right on the back of Dolshank. And he's going down into the inside.
Oh, side by side.
Section.
Easy as he does.
I will put that
back on the track. Okay, I think he got on cleanly. Yellow sector 3. Is he going to die for the pits? No, he stays out.
That was...
Sector 1 now.
Is he yellow sector 1? I can't see anyone. Oh, there is. That is a Haas. Is that a Haas? Was a Haas.
It is
so. Someone stopped stationary at... Yeah. Is that a collision? Yeah. He's still got no following.
Was that a collision or he just go off?
I'm guessing he probably hit the wall by the way it took his whole front wing off.
Yeah, I see. I'm right on board.
And whereabouts he was stationary, it was about middle of the second turn, second straight. So,
however, the gap now top still the same. 1.3 seconds remain. Umpy is still 0.8 seconds behind Attic. Enzo's 19.4 seconds, so he is starting to lose just a bit of time. If he holds on to those hard compounds, it might be a pretty interesting finish. Raph has left the session. Has Raph crashed, or is his car? I know his car's still going around. Dark Mark is behind him in P18.
Greatest internet connection in American history is Raph's connection.
He's not American.
Oh. Is his connection just that bad?
Let's move back to the race. Umpy right there in P3. Ooh, Harrison and Dolshank going at it. Down to the fast right. Harrison is going to have DRS, but so is Daigero. We're going to ride on board Daigero as we go through this race. Long straight. Harrison's going to hold onto the inside. Dolshank's going to go the outside. However, he doesn't think he realizes that Daigero's right there. Ooh. Oh, let me get back on through that.
Daiguerre's going to get them both here again, surely.
He's going to do that move
Honda
twice.
Power versus Honda Power.
Oh, no, Dolphinshank's going to hold on to the outside. Bit of a touch there. Oh, Daiguerre goes a bit wide. Joins back behind Harrison.
That got a bit tasty.
It's just a bit tasty. So, Umpy still riding behind Attic. Attic on a one lap newer set of hard compounds compared to Terminator and himself. Daiguerre, no, Enzo has picked up the pace. No, it's back down to 19.4. I really wonder if Enzo is trying to hold on to those tires until the end. Just 9 laps remain of this race. It's gone quick. It's gone very quick. Harrison and Rashi get a 3-second time penalty. Oh, Harrison's thinking about going on the outside of Shank again. As Daiguerre's going to ride right there. Let's have a look through this. Dolshank's going to hold on through.
This is a great position for Daiguerre.
We're going to ride on with Rashi, who's just behind this battle right up ahead.
Daiguerre.
Oh,
I don't even know what's going on. Is that 3 wide into the hairpin? Daiguerre going to go for the same move. We've got Harrison too far back on Dolshank. And this is where I come alive in the banter booth, boys. Massive battle and Red Bull is involved.
Oh.
Daiguerre going right around the outside of Dolshank.
Oh, bit of a twitch from Daiguerre. I think these guys are starting to hold up Harrison. I'm just riding on board with Rashi right now, watching these guys fight ahead of him. He's probably thinking, ooh, this is really tasty.
This was GP2, I think all 3 of them would have blown up by now.
And there's packs of racing everywhere in this race. But this race between P7, P8, P9, and P10, Rashi's going to have a think about going on Harrison now. Harrison's going to block the inside, so Rashi's going to move the outside. Harrison's going to go, look at this, Daiguerre locks up, so he's going to offer Harrison just a bit of space. Harrison's going to have DRS. So is Daiguerre. Oh no, this is going to end up bad. Shank is a guinea pig. All 3 of these cars. Oh, 3 wide again. Here we go.
Daiguerre going to pull his favourite move.
I don't think he's going to have it. He's got it blocked off. Shank pulls. Wow, what a move. Shank pulls the car in between himself, Daiguerre, and Harrison. So Harrison got around all of those guys that time. That was racing. However, I didn't even notice this, but Stig is now on the back of these guys. Sector 1 yellow. Who's that for? Oh no, that's Soap again. Soap is retired. Don't cause a safety car. It does. It causes a safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Safety car is out for the remainder. I have to take a look. If that was on purpose and that caused a safety car, I think we're going to have to address that. So these guys...
I think he just lost on the exit of turn 1 again. He's done that 3 times this race. I think it's a problem for him.
So these guys, I happen to wonder, are they going to dive for the pits and go for a set of soft compound? Dinner has done so.
Dinner's put on a set of softs. I think Dolshank's putting on pit in. I think
Stig, Apples, all of them are pitting. Dolshank has gone to the medium compound though. Wonder if he didn't have any softs left.
Daiguerre came out ahead of them all due to pit lane.
Dang.
The garage order has actually helped Red Bull being first.
So here we go, Stig. Oh no, not Stig. Terminator, Attic, Umpy. Is Enzo going to pull into the pits? That is the real question. This has pretty much helped Enzo completely out. This is like Enzo's saving grace. Oh wow. Not sure how. Attic beat all of them out of the pit lane on a set of soft compound.
Oh, bet you're right. Tommy's having a giggle inside, isn't it? They're loving this.
As everybody in the Alpha team knows, this isn't racing, this is just a hobby. The Terminator comes out on a set of mediums as well. That's going to be interesting. I don't think I've seen Pepsi's name in the what is it, the penalty for exceeding it all. So I think he's sitting clean. Dinner's right up there. Oh, Dolshank's just got himself a 3-second. This guy's gonna whiff. He gets another 3-second. Dark mark there. Robbie P17, Raph P18. So the guy is now behind the safety car. I wonder how long the safety car is going to last because these guys are pretty spaced out. Safety car has just entered Sector 3. And a lot of guys are still in Sector 1, like Raph, Your Robbie, and Dark Marker in Sector 1.
I'm going to have to leave for 30 seconds. I do need a toilet break.
All right, sir. So depending on how long this safety car stays out, ladies and gentlemen, I think it will probably be out until about lap 30, 31. It's going to be a 4-lap shootout to the end, so it's going to get a bit dicey, I feel. Terminator on a different strategy compared to himself, Addict, and I'll be right behind him. He set the medium compound on, as well as Harrison, Possum, and Apple have decided not to pit, so they're going to go to the end on those. Should relatively be fine since it's a safety car. You can cool down the tires, take it easy, and just ride behind, not put too much wear on those tires. But everybody has pretty much moved to the soft or the medium compound. Most guys have dove for the soft thing, or not soft thing, the soft compound. Everybody but Dark Mark, Your Robbie, and Wrath have collected the safety car queue just about now, so I happen to wonder if the safety car is going to come in this time around. Will be interesting.
For everyone out there, don't drink a whole 2-litre bottle of Appleade and then watch a race and get excited. Doesn't help.
I drank 2 cups of coffee just so my voice wouldn't be shot after this. I had a feeling this was going to be a good race. Oh, there's a bit of contact back there. I'm not sure what that was about. Livy gets a 5-second for severe collision with Harrison, and Apples gets a penalty for collision with Livid. So that is a bit unfortunate. Looks like the safety car is going to stay out one more lap as these guys collect the safety car. So it will definitely be a 3-lap shootout. DRS should be open for the final lap of this race as Terminator takes to the grass. This is a big saving grace for Enzo here, I think. Your Robbie 5-second for exceeding track limits. When it rains, it pours. When it comes to penalties in this game, sometimes.
I think by looking at the tyres, you can tell which people don't have balance and which people work with hard. I think all the people on mediums work with hard and they have no fresh supers. Supers? I ain't called them supers in 2 years. That's wow.
You can call them ultra softs if you want.
I've got the super duper ultra hyper soft one.
The more I think about
it, you go around the track in under a minute.
The hyper softs, yeah, the hyper softs lasted a hot 1 year of or 1 season. Safety car is in this race. I do kind of miss that. That was like kind of an ultimate strategy. You had a bunch of different tires. Now you just have 3 compounds. But I can understand it from a point of view. So Addict is going to have the right set pace here. Backed up the guys just a bit. Let's see if when he gets onto that throttle.
He's gone very early.
He's going really early, so he's going to push now.
The safety car isn't even a pitch yet.
He's going now.
Oh, he's actually
Terminator's got a great run on it, too. Oh, this is going to get close between Addict and Terminator. Bit of a touch. No, Exterminator's going around. I think that was... Oh no, Exterminator's gonna back up. Careful, Exterminator. Oh no, he's hit one of the Toros. He's taking out Dolschnik, I think. That's gonna have to be clipped. So now Addict is leading this race. Enzo's got himself up in third. Pepsi is in fourth. He does have Dinner right there,
Daguerre was caught up in that instant by the looks of it. I mean, he was sat in P10. He
missing most of his wing.
If he'd have made up 2 more places, he would have got 1 more place made up than I did on Friday.
So that will definitely have to be clipped. Yeah, Daguerre's way down in the back now. I think he might just retire the car. Hopefully he does not do so on track. But Enzo is fighting for this possible lead. I know they all three have a 3-second time penalty. Can Dinner get himself up into that conversation? He's not too far behind Pepsi. Attic gets the fastest lap of the race so far, the 13.2. Can Dinner have something to say? Can Dinner have a really good turnaround? He did lose connection at the beginning of the race, and now he's fighting to go for maybe possibly a podium. Vertigo gets the 3-second time penalty. Exterminator left the session. Here goes Dinner. No DRS as of yet. It will be open, I believe, on lap 34, the last lap of this race. Dinner's thinking about it. Can't get any closer. He's going to have a look on the inside of Pepsi. Backs out of it. Easy on the brakes. Apple goes around Stig. Stig and Apple battling here. Stig gets better traction on the outside because Apple is on older mediums. Stig's on a fresh set of soft. Stig's going to have the right line here. Easy on the brakes. Up on his way through to P7. Harrison is up in P6. I think he's missing an end plate though. Still a good recovery drive given the fact that he was involved with something at the beginning. No, he doesn't have end plate missing. Attic now peeling away. Gap 1.1 second between himself and Umpy. Enzo is falling a little bit further behind, 1.5 seconds. DRS is open this lap around, so lap 33 of 34, the penultimate lap. Dinner is going to have DRS this time. No, he's falling. Should be open this time, it just indicated. Robbie gets a 3-second time penalty. DRS now is open, so Dinner's going to have a go here. Little too far back though, I think, to make a move on Pepsi. Look at the gap now. Umpy's really put the foot down between himself and Attic. Gotta jump back through with Dinner and take a look at these two battling. Gap at the top is half a second. We might have a shootout towards the last. Look at Apples now and Goat. Goat gets really close to that inside left wall. As Stig and Umpy are going to come, or not Stig, Attic and Umpy are going to come down the line and begin this final lap of the race. Can Umpy have something to say? Can Dinner get himself sector 3 yellow? It looks like Mark is off. I wonder what happened. Oh no, Dinner has crashed out. He clipped the inside of that turn 1 and slid the car into the wall. He's out. Safety, no, not safety car, just yellow sector 1. Umpy is pressing as hard as he can to get up to the back of Attic. Attic is on full overtake ERS. Any other battles closely monitoring Harrison. Harrison is in P5. Not too far off. Stig has gone up to P6. He does have Vertigo all over the back of him though. Fellow Irishman there. We're going to jump back on for the lead of this race. As Umpy is trying to catch Attic. 0.9 is the gap. 9/10. Daguerre sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:12.6. I think that's going to call it. I'm not sure what happened in turn 1, but however, Attic is going to cross the line and pick up the win at the German Grand Prix, possible 3-second time penalty. Here we go. Attic wins at the German Grand Prix in the Alfa Romeo. Umpy Lumpy crosses P2. Enzo is going to cross P2 actually. Pepsi goes to P2, knocks off Umpy and Enzo Harrison. Stig is going to cross line P6. No, he crosses P7. Goat goes up to P5. Look at all the times changing now. Whiffy goes P10. Brashy goes P10. And there you have it. Mark crosses P13. Terminator's left the session, so we'll ride with Daigero as we cross this line. Delshank has left the
Great
session.
effort from Brew to Goat, making up 15 positions. Starting from
before we go to that, we're actually going to look.
P5.
15, you're correct. Biggest loser, unfortunately, was Terminator, who had that contact with 2 laps remaining. But Daigero is going to cross the line in P16 and smacks the wall in pure style. Okay. We'll do through the podium celebrations, and then I'll give you guys a rundown of the finishing order from the German Grand Prix. All right. Nobody cares about the experience points. Attic picks up the win of the German Grand Prix for 1:13.2, his best time, followed by Pepsi, who didn't have any time penalties. He got himself up to P2. Enzo, P3. Good comeback race. Umpy, P4. Goat, P5. Harrison, P6. Stick, P7. Apples, P8. Raffle, P9. Really good job from Raffle to get up to P9. Livid, P10. Rashi, P11. Whiffy, P12. Mark, P13. Robbie, P14. And we lost out to Terminator, who left the session. Daigero comes across P16. Dinner unfortunately crashed out, as well as Dolshank. And that will do it for your rundown. So we're going to move on to the podium interviews.
Penalty. Didn't have a penalty, so he would have been up there if he didn't retire.
So we have Addict in here. Can we get Pepsi in here as well as, I don't know if Enzo will join in or not. I think he has to get up relatively early. See if I can find him. And one more, where are you at? Oh, he's left already. Okay. Alright, so we have the top 2 in here. I don't think Enzo is going to join. I think he's going off already. But we'll start these podium interviews. That was actually one intense race. There were battles going on everywhere, from the top guys to the mid-pack guys. But Pepsi, you kind of had your hands full throughout that race, but you've snuck through at the very end, especially with that safety car, and has gotten yourself up to P2. That was a solid finish. Talk us through your race, man, because that was intense.
Yeah, had good pace on the medium. Sadly, I was stuck behind the South African guy, and he was lagging quite a bit. So I think me and Apple were struggling to get past him. But it was good battles. I pitted a lap later because I still think the mediums are quicker than when you go onto the hards for the first lap. So they need to warm up, obviously. So I got the jump on them, and then solid race really. And then the safety car came out really, and that's it. But I think that the trick is now is just not to get a penalty, and that's what I did once again, and that's what's created me to get another podium here in P2. But well done to Addict on the win, and Enzo on P3.
Now it's exactly a very solid race. I was going to touch on the fact that you guys finally had a dry race. I'm sure that you enjoyed that as much as possible.
Well, I enjoy the rain actually. I don't mind it raining every week. I'm one of the ones who don't mind it.
Don't tell that to Addict.
I don't mind the rain, but I don't practice in the rain. I haven't got time. So I'm pretty happy in the rain.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's whatever.
No, but congratulations, Pepsi. Lewis, do you have anything to add?
Cheers.
We'll move on.
You always ask for this.
Yeah.
And you know that I never do.
All right then. All right, moving on to our race winner, Attic. What a race you had between yourself, Umpy, and Terminator for pretty much the entire go. And then at the end, when Soap crashed out, because you guys were 19 seconds ahead of Enzo, who was riding around in fourth. And then when the safety car came out, I was like, oh, well, everybody's strategy is out the window. So you dove for the pits, went on the softs, Terminator went on the mediums, and then had quite a restart right behind you. And you guys were battling right into T1. Not sure what happened, but nevertheless.
I left a gap to the safety car, and I thought it was enough. Turns out it wasn't, and it jammed my brakes on just before the last corner. So Terminator got a run on me into the first corner, but it was side by side. I left room, I went wide out the first corner. I don't see I could have done a lot more. But you know, racing incident, I think, but we'll have to wait and see.
It's really not
That's
an
my take
overtaking
on it.
corner. It's not an overtaking corner. I think anyone with any sense really would have backed out. But obviously, it's.
But you know what I mean? I didn't take the apex, and I went wide, risking the penalty. I couldn't do much more. So sorry if he's spun out. That's bad luck now.
No, nevertheless, you guys had one heck of a race towards the end. And then Umpy was catching you like last, I think it was a penultimate lap. He got the gap back down to like half a second. And then you kind of pulled away. Excellent job.
I just made sure I had enough fuel to put it in rich for the last lap and saved up a bit of ERS and just tried to make sure I could keep it ahead in the last lap. But I really didn't think I was going to get the win. I thought, you know, looks like these two were, well, all three of us were really even in pace, and there wasn't much of an opportunity. And then suddenly I just got a run on Terminator, I think, and I got into second. And then, safety car managed to jump him in the pits. That was cool. Didn't really overtake him, so that's unlucky for him. And just tried to keep it there.
Now you did jump in the pits. I think that was a big move as well. Zako in the chat is telling me to count the points. Zako, I would, but my math is terrible on Sunday, so I'm just going to wait until tomorrow. I'll give you an update on that. But I was wrong on Friday, and I thought it was Belgium next week, but it is actually the French Grand Prix, so hopefully that you guys are excited for that. I know it's kind of a different track. Some guys like it, some guys don't.
I think it's okay. Yeah, let's go for it.
Round 19.
Yeah, it's not a bad track.
Congratulations, you two. Solid race this evening. Lewis, thank you so much for the help this evening. We're going to leave you guys off.
Good job, Pepsi. Good job, Pepsi.
And
good job, man.
I'll leave it one more thing. Attic, you'll probably be happy. Stick cross the line in P7.
Yep. Yeah, 2 in the top 10.
No, bet all you guys are going to have a party in your little group chat tonight.
So,
the champagne emoji out.
We're going to leave it off.
I don't know if you like me saying this, but if he's got a deal, if 2 of us get on the podium, he's got to buy us some Jack Daniels.
Yes, I do.
So it's not happened yet.
You guys have 3 races to do it.
Yep.
But I'll leave you guys off. Guys in the comments and the viewers this evening, thank you so much. We'll be back with the French Grand Prix next Sunday, same time, same channel. Until then, thank you for tuning in. As always, congratulations again, guys. Until next week, everybody have a solid week. We are signing off, and we'll see you from France next week. Good night.